All right, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go. Pilot 64. Weak.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
It's our time. It's our time. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Time to go, night, night.
They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Running on first down, Eckler. And they're going to him him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
6-man.
On 2nd down, it's Stick. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stick. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Mack Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
53, check 53. Yo.
Hey, Foxtrot. This is a go.
On 3rd down, it's Stick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Hey, Charlie!
Off play action, it's Stick. This is caught by Williams. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stick. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Stick. And caught by Henry. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Blue draw Corker.
I'm coming. Check nickel.
Hit it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stick into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. They find some open field here. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Seibert on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go. Watch, twist.
80 weapons. Snap.
Stick looks to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Hey, Alpha.
Stick back to pass. He completes it to Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Go.
On 2nd and 9. Stick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's Stick looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Check. Bravo. Ready.
On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. Complete. It's Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Orbit. Such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. That's complete to Jake Butt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Right there, 54 Mike.
1st and 10, Stick. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
First down, Cleveland.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. That's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Seibert able to knock this one through. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we...
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 50. Get it.
2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But now it'll be 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Let's go, first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now Chubb. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, alert 33. 49. I got you.
Mayfield on play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow.
Recon, 132 fighter. Now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set. 20.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. You go tight. You got time.
Regular.
Check, 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 check. Out.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Alert!
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Young Trent is here, baby. Young Trent is here.
180.
Mike, 49.
Run.
Watch the run. Shoot.
What's that?
Check.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Jamie Gillen down, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man, it's Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
A shotgun throw for Stick. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's another Chargers 1st down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check Mike on the book.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, but now it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Stick looks to throw it again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw again on 2nd down. Stick. They'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
SOS. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Line 5.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. Stick back to pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he's into the clear. 20. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And they take a knee. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee here.
Mayfield on the keeper.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Austin Seibert for the Browns field goal.
And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Chargers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Delta. Hustle. Shoot.
On 3rd down, it's Stick. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
180.
Mike, 49. Check. Watch out.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Hey, alert. Check 43.
They run it again with Chubb. Left with only the 2-minute warning to stop.
They want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Run.
Coming to you. Check.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And now they're not going to get the kickoff in time. And that will make this a more difficult prospect. And that'll set them back 5. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29.
And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. So this offense, which was humming all game, ends on a negative play. We didn't see many of those as he takes the knee, but what an explosion and a good win.
Can we call it a negative positive play?
There you go.
An oxymoron to end the ball game.
And they can watch the clock go down and celebrate the victory.